Guys, I'm back for a brew day. So I think I mentioned that at the end of my last video that I might be brewing up very shortly. So yeah, here we are here. So I'm halfway through my 60-minute mash. I'm just doing another small batch, and the reason for that is it's basically enough to fill my little mini keg and do a couple of bottles as well. And it's just sort of serving my purposes at the moment. So yeah, I'll just carry on with that for a little while. No doubt we'll go back to the bigger boiler at some stage. So yeah, so 60-minute mash. The beer is an American Pale Ale, and my inspiration is a beer that you can get here in New Zealand from Liberty Brewing called Oh Brother. Unlike a lot of pale ales you get in New Zealand, it's more of a malt-driven American Pale Ale, which sort of attracted me. I do like to get, I do like XPAs, etc., but sometimes you want a little bit more from the malt. So anyway, I put together a recipe. Didn't really have much info to go on. So the grain bill is 75% Maris Otter, 20% Munich, and 5% Caramalt. Couldn't get the Caramalt, so went with 5% light crystal. So hopefully that gives a nice sort of malt kick or malt flavour to the finished beer. And then, so American Pale Ale, so of course it's got to be hot with American hops. So I've got Amarillo, Centennial, and then I thought for the third, I'd do a third one and go with something I haven't used before. So using Zythos. So yeah, hopefully I'll get some nice big sort of piney, sort of citrus, sort of hop flavours coming through. And then for the yeast, thought we'd mix it up a little bit. So we've got the American West Coast ale yeast here. You guys will be familiar with this, BRY97 from Lallemand. So yeah, so we'll finish this. It's not going to be a very long video, just sort of quickly show you what I'm doing. We'll catch you at the next step. Cheers, guys. Okay, so the boil's finished. So this is where I am going to add in a third of all the hops that I've got. So it's just under 20 grams. Actually, I think I rounded up to 20 grams of each of the three hops, so 60 grams. So the boil's at 100 degrees, so I'm going to add this in, and then I'm going to have to whirlpool like a mofo and get that down to 80 degrees as quickly as possible. So I'm allowing myself 7 minutes to give me about 45 IBUs. So we'll see you on the other side. Okay, let's chuck the hops in first, and then we'll get whirlpooling. See you soon. Okay, so I've finished the whirlpool and also did a 15-minute hop stand. Just transferring the wort into the little fermenter here, and I thought I'd pass it through the hop spider here just to try and keep out as much hop debris as possible. So yeah, we'll keep doing that and then we'll come back. Okay, so brew day is done and dusted. I cooled the fermenter down in a cold water bath in the sink just over to my left. Got it down to pitching temperature and then pitched that BRY97 yeast. And now the fermenter is tucked up in the fermentation chamber underneath the camera. And I've got it hooked up to the Inkbird temperature controller on the wall. So I'll ferment that at 18 degrees, and then when we get to within sort of a couple of points of fermentation finishing, I'll do the dry hop. Efficiency wise, came out really well. I was hoping for 105.2, 105.3 starting gravity, and I ended up with 106.2. Not 100% sure why that is, but it's probably down to things like the grain crush, a really good sparge. There's no wheat in the grain bill, so yeah, that probably helped more of the sugars rinse through. So yeah, happy days. So it's It's going to be sort of a stronger than anticipated pale ale, but we'll deal with that. And yeah, so here's the hydro sample. Unfortunately, the urn doesn't have a filter on the inside, so quite a lot of, like, I guess it's protein matter came into the tube. But at the top, you can hopefully see where it's clear. You can sort of get an idea of the colour there. So yeah, nice sort of golden colour. It's going to hopefully end up as being an attractive beer. So we'll get a bit of a taste, check out the bitterness. Yep, bitterness is good level. I was sort of aiming around the mid 40s, 50 sort of IBU range. And yeah, I think it's doesn't feel like it's more than that, which is good. Always a danger when you're getting all your bitterness from the Whirlpool. So yeah, happy days. Okay guys, thanks for watching. Yeah, so we'll dry hop and then I'll come back and hopefully around 2 weeks I'll have it in the keg and carved up, and then we can do a taste sample. So looking forward to trying that. And if you got any questions, just let me know. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next video. Over and out. Cheers.